Hello YouTube fans, Facebook. Today what we're going to do in Vincenzo's kitchen with Gardening with Vincenzo is we're going to make an American classic, one of those food stretching budgetary meals. I was fortunate enough to be able to pick up some meat, although that's becoming an ever-growing concern. So we're going to make a meal that'll stretch it out here. And so here we go. Hello everybody out there, Facebook, YouTube. This is Gardening with Vincenzo in Vincenzo's kitchen. And today we're going to make some beef stew. And it'll be good beef stew. And what we're going to use is we're going to use a gluten-free pack, McCormick brown gravy mix. We're going to use some chorizo gluten-free beef bouillon. And we're going to use some parsley flakes. A little bit of Italian seasoning, black pepper, beef and pepper go together, some rosemary, and a little bit of oregano. I want a little bit of that earthy taste in there. And so I've already taken the liberty of dicing up and trimming up probably 2 cups of beef. And we've got about 4 potatoes already done up. And we have 2 onions that have already been cut up but thicker. And we got about a cup and a half of some mini carrots. And I've got my pan here. We're going to turn him on. And we've got some butter in there. Now whenever you make beef stew, one of the things that you really have to do is you got to brown your meat. You know, a lot of people just throw everything into a crock pot and, you know, they just turn it on and let it cook. And that might be great for, you know, when you're leaving in the morning and you're coming back after work. For those that are working out there, our frontliners salute you. And it just doesn't quite have that nice, thick, hearty beef stew that you want to dip your bread into. And you want to put that out there, put it in a bowl, and surround it with some kind of bread product that you can dip in there and eat and really enjoy yourself, fill your belly up, and feel good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some butter. I put it in the bottom of my pot here. And I'm going to take this whole several pounds of meat. I'm going to turn this heat up because I want to get some sizzle in my swizzle. And we're going to do some layering of the flavoring. And I'm going to hit this with some black pepper. We want a nice hearty stew. That's probably about a whole half of a teaspoon. We want to take a little bit of this Italian seasoning because we're layering the flavoring. I try to add parsley because of the health benefits. I grow it also. Check my videos out, Gardening with Vincenzo. And I'm just going to take a little pinch of this oregano and I'm going to put that in there also. I'm going to put it right into my hand. There's about how much that we're going to do with that oregano. And we're also going to add one of the 2 most underutilized, rosemary. Here's the other most underutilized, parsley. We're going to pop them in there. I like rosemary. It really adds a layer of flavor. You can hear that sizzling up in there. We're going to give them a fast stir. I got this on a little bit higher heat. Shouldn't take too long, but I like to throw some seasonings right on the meat as it's being braised and browned. Try to use them sparingly since you can't find paper towels or toilet paper in this new reality. I also have over here, I have taken some of the chorizo gluten-free beef bouillon. I have it in a cup here because we're going to add that. And then after we get this all incorporated, at the tail end we'll add our brown gravy mix. So these are about equal portions. We have potatoes, standard. We have 2 nicely sized onions, and these are chopped in bigger pieces because we're not making soup, we're making stew. And I got some baby carrots in there. They were on sale for $1 in a bag. I'll use them in my salads and everything else. So while that's sizzling, I'm going to let everybody know we're moving closer and closer to the book, Picnic Table Farming. Look for it. Should be out here, I'm hoping by the end of this month. We've got the cover done. Formatting issues should be solved. We have 2 versions. We have an ebook and a paperback version. A lot of nice pictures, a lot of good information, healthy eating, motivational, good stuff. Make sure that you check it out. I'm really hoping that it's well received. Don't forget to like and subscribe. YouTube, Gardening with Vincenzo, LLC on Facebook, gardeningwithvincenzo.com, GoDaddy website. All right, let's just give this some browning here. I might even turn that heat up a little bit. Now after this is all incorporated into the pot, the nice thing is you can just throw everything in there after that, turn it down to a simmer. You'll have enough liquid in there that things will kind of pressure cook, because that's basically what I do is I turn this into a Dutch oven. And I have a lot of other options. I could have put it in, to the steamer pot. I could have put it in and tried to put it in the oven in an old style crock. I decided to do it right on top of the stove for convenience sake. Easiest thing to do, have all your stuff prepared ahead of time before you start cooking your dish. It makes everything so much easier. Everything. Beautiful day here in Middlesex Township, PA. I definitely want to do a shout out to some new subscribers. Like I said before, we've gone international in Malaysia, in the Philippines, in Africa. I'm just overwhelmingly humbled by the experience. We've got a lot of new Facebook friends. Shout out to you guys. I hope you continue to watch. A lot of good information on growing, gluten-free cooking, low-carb cooking. I have more than 200 videos out there. Some are good, some are okay. Some are, just like everybody else has out there. I'm not a professional cameraman, but I do know how to grow. And one of the things that I always put in my videos, we can save this planet 1 yard at a time, beginning with your own. Grow as a person, plant a garden, and you are what you eat, and fresh is always best. All right, we ought to be able to stir this up, or we got some steam. It's smelling nice and herby. You can tell it's going to be a good stew. As I said, I put some butter in here. I like to braise the beef in the butter. I can tell it's going to be nice and tender. And we cut them in, not even half-inch, or not even 1-inch squares, probably half-inch squares. All right, and I think that's pretty good right there, actually. Only takes a couple of minutes. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our beef bouillon. That's going to give us our liquid, our nice brown color. I'm going to stir him just for a minute. I want the beef to kind of suck him up a little bit. Add some beef to the beef. Beefing it up. There we go. Now, since potatoes take the longest to cook, we're going to put them next. So we take them, put them in there. We're going to kind of like layer this. Then after potatoes, we're going to put the carrots. We're going to dump them right on top. These are equal proportions. A regular bowl. We're going to kind of flatten him out a little bit. And then we're going to add our onions. I love onions. Love onions, love garlic. When I was a child, my mother would want me to whack the garlic bulb. And she said, I can't believe you've Vincenzo! Because I'd eat the garlic raw. I love raw garlic too. Now, I haven't added any salt to this. I'm going to put the lid on this. I'm going to turn the heat down. And we're going to cook this for, oh, probably an hour altogether. Stew is one of those things that it's always better the next day. Well, I want mine good the first day. And if you haven't seen one of my other videos on how to make this gluten-free bread that I made, I'm thrilled with that recipe. That bread is fabulous. You toast that up. You can put whatever you want on it, but that would go great with this. Some corn muffins or cornbread would go good with this. If you could find some gluten-free Italian bread, which is very hard to find, especially that has lower carb counts, that would be great with this too. So there we go. That's how we put it all together. I'm not going to do a pause and then come back to it. This will be done in one take. I may post a picture of one in a bowl, in a plate on my Facebook page to show you what this looks like when it's done, how it looks like when it's served. But your family will enjoy this. I hope you do too. Gardening with Vincenzo in Vincenzo's Kitchen. Be safe out there.